Hey, how are you? I hope you're doing well. It's your girl Mac. This is welcome to my channel. This is Mac Reviews. I am finally getting back to this channel and doing a review of 90 Day Fiance the other way. I'm a little late. It aired Monday night at 9. I did not review last season, 90 Day Fiance, before the 90 days, that it was trash. I watched the first like 3 or 4 episodes. I watched, but like I stopped after several episodes because it was straight trash. It was so bad. Oh my gosh. But I'm big time now, y'all. I got a ring light. Your girl's ready, tripod and everything. So um yeah, I mean, I think probably part of why I'm a little late is because just everything that's going on in the country. I'm exhausted mentally. So, um, as a Black person. So, and I think I'm going to try to put some links in the description. I know people are protesting and everything. Haven't been able to make any protests. The ones in my area, like during the workday. But there's other things we can do as well. In fact, protesting shouldn't be the only thing we're doing. But I think I'm gonna share some of that stuff in the description. But yeah, so let's talk about 90 Day Fiance the other way. I thought it was a good beginning episode. Just gonna give my first impressions and first thoughts about the couples we saw. And we didn't see all of the couples yet. We still haven't seen. There's a guy with a Hispanic girl, and Devin and Jihun are coming back. My edges are not laid right now, so whatever. It's after 9 at night. So I mean, my other videos, my edges are laid. They're not laid tonight. And anyway, so let's get to it. I think we had 4 couples that were introduced. I'm gonna start with Brittany and Yazan. Interesting couple. So Yazan lives in Jordan. Brittany lives in West Palm Beach, South Florida. Don't know West Palm Beach. It's a part of the metro area in South Florida, really populated, popping areas. So like for her to go from there to Jordan and showing the town he's in looks really not popping. Like it doesn't look like there's much going on there. So I don't know how happy she's gonna be with that. Um, so they met through his sister. Her sister is friends with his sister, and she became friends with his sister. His sister lives in Chicago, and they were really attracted to each other. And I mean, from what she said, it seems like they really do like each other. From what he said as well, um, he said she's the most beautiful girl in the world to him, and he proposed to her rather quickly after they met. So um, Brittany Brittany is pretty. She's a rapper. Everybody's a rapper nowadays, and she rapped a little bit. Not gonna comment on how good or bad it was, but so she's pretty. She seems pretty outgoing. She seems like she does a lot, and Yazan seems more laid back. But maybe they're attracted to each other's differences. Maybe it's an opposites attracting, not in terms of race, just him being seemingly more subdued and her being more outgoing and doing stuff and doing a lot of things. So, and he even said he's like, she's used to being active. She's really lovely and she works, and so he doesn't know how much she is gonna like it there. It looks like he wants her to convert to Islam, and my thing again, if being with a Muslim is that important, why are you not just with a Muslim? Like I'm Christian, and I'm not married, but men I've been involved with, they were Christians. Like I need them to be Christians. I don't think I could date someone who wasn't of the same faith as me. So I don't really understand some of these Muslim men. I don't get why they hook up with women. And don't get it twisted. Like I could see how you could maybe fall for someone of a different religion, like if you allowed yourself, if you found them attractive and you got to know them, like I could see it happening. But I know for me, I'm like, nah, son, let me let me not even let myself, because you go down that rabbit hole, it would be hard to pull yourself out if you have feelings for them. So um, she, she doesn't want to convert. She lets her father know that she's going to be moving over there. Her dad, of course, is concerned about her. Um, her dad was, I mean, not anyways, but um, yeah. So I think they're genuine. I think they're organic. I do. I mean, I think they really are attracted to each other. It doesn't seem like there's any reason for there not to be a genuine attraction now. Um, the problem, uh, The problem is that apparently she is still legally married to her ex who was deported to Haiti several years ago, and she never got divorced from him. So she is going to a lawyer. She's like, "Girl, I need your help. What can I do?" And lawyer's telling her, "I mean, we could do it, but it's gonna probably take 9+ months." She's already engaged to Yazan. She told Yazan and his parents, because she met his parents and that they're cool, but they really want them to get married. I don't know why they're like, maybe they want him out the house. I don't know, but um, she actually told them that she's already divorced, so they think she's already divorced. I was like, girl, this whole episode should have been named Wu Child, Wu Chile, because the situations. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We will see how that works out. Hold on, y'all. It's kind of, I didn't want to turn on the fan because of my sound, but it's hot. Okay, so as Brittany is on, I heard something online. I haven't watched anybody else's reviews yet because I like to have my own thoughts. But I saw some titles on YouTube that Brittany shut down her social media accounts, and I'm like, yo, y'all was already bothering this girl. Like, so I don't know, but yeah. So next, let's talk real quick about Ariella and Biniam. When I first started watching, I watched kind of late. They uploaded the first 40 minutes on TLC's website last week, and so I I watched it last week because I thought it was premiering last week. So I kind of came in late to watch the second hour on Monday. So I didn't know their names. I'm taking notes and I didn't know the names. So I put white girl and Ethiopian dude first, and then I saw their names. So it's kind of interesting how they met. She was traveling around the world. She's a world traveler. She's really cool. She was in Ethiopia. She met him. He's a really good looking guy. Like I could totally understand her being like, "How you doing?" Like he's a good looking guy. I ain't mad at her. And they had some fun, and now they got a baby coming. So she said she's gonna go over there because he wouldn't be able to get here in time for the baby to be born if they tried to get him here. And part of me was like, how long does it take to get a visitor's visa? He can't come, but I mean, again, you can have a baby before your due date, on the day after. Nothing's guaranteed. So she's gonna go there, and she and her family. Her dad's a physician. They have a family friend that's a physician. They're concerned about possible complications and things like that. She can't get an epidural. Well, she said she's talked to some hospitals, contacted some hospitals, and they said they have doctors, professionals that can administer an epidural, but they've just never done it. So I think that's what she said. So she was going to a prenatal yoga group, and she was telling the women in the group that she's going to be having her baby in Ethiopia. And those girls were like, "Whoo, whoo, child, girl, okay, good luck." They were kind of, they were shocked and kind of in disbelief. So we'll see what happens in the preview. Him and her having an argument because she doesn't want to stay with him since he doesn't have refrigeration and a bathroom. And my question to all of these people is, you're telling me you didn't have no conversation about that with the person before you got there? I mean, I don't want to say what I would do in their situation, but I feel like that would come up, no? Like, like That didn't come up. Anyways, so we'll see what happens with them next. Let's talk about Armando and Kenny. Kenny is from St. Petersburg. Armando is from Mexico. I don't remember the name of the city. I can't. They're the first. I don't want to say the first gay couple because technically Stephanie and that Australian girl were the first gay couple. So, but they just. I don't even know how real they were. I really didn't watch last season. Was, anyways. So, um, Kenny has a dad. He has triplets and a boy, so four kids. His other three kids already moved out, but his one daughter um, has a child and she lives with him. They didn't mention the father, so maybe the father's not in the picture. It looks like he's the father figure to the little boy, and they had a scene with them, and she just said, "Man, you're my support system. I'm gonna miss you." And I wish you could be here, for your grandson. And they just broke down. Like you could tell they were trying to hold it in because the cameras were there. And I was like, man, I had to look away because I was like, this is a really intimate moment. Like this probably shouldn't be on camera. But yeah. And so Armando, it just got sadder. Like I felt bad for Armando. Armando really felt like he couldn't be honest about who he is. He knew he felt, could tell that he was gay since a young age, but growing up in the culture he grew up in, he didn't feel like he could be honest about that. So um, he got married and to a woman, and I don't think that's right. It's crazy that men are still doing that. He's my age. He's 31. Like, like he didn't grow up in like 40 all these years ago like Kenny. And it's crazy that people, men are still doing this. We know about men on the down low in America. We know it's just like, man. And so his wife, he told her he couldn't take it anymore. And of course she was mad. I'm kidding, I'd be furious. But she told his family, and part of me was like that wasn't her place, but at the same time, like she was angry. So and his parents, his family, they didn't take it well and they just ignored it. They were just like, okay, we ain't talking about that. So it's like he has to come out again. And so he talks to his sister, and she apparently she had said some really mean things to him when he first told them, and he said he like ran out into the desert and he wanted to die, and they're crying, and he's like, listen, this is me and I'm about to go be with Kenny. And he just said Kenny. He didn't say, oh, I met somebody, all of that. Because she was like, oh, I hear you talking to him. And I'm like, wait a minute. So she already knew about Kenny? So she already knew about Kenny. She already knew. I don't know if he didn't mention if he was dating any men before Kenny, since he said it's been 5 or 6 years since his wife died, and he told his, she told his family, outed him. So I don't know. Hold up, y'all. I don't know if he ever talked to any other men, or if Kenny's like his first boyfriend. Like, is that the first guy he's been with? Which kind of is of concern to me, because I'm like, okay, if he's never been with a guy, like, how does Kenny know? Like, I mean, he's taken a really big step to commit to him, though, especially, I mean, being 30. I mean, you're not middle aged, you're still young, but you're old enough to say, okay, I want to settle down with somebody. And so part of me is like, are you sure you want to settle down with somebody who's, 57? He's lived life. Especially if you haven't really dated other people, how do you know that Kenny is it for you? Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, he's 30, but it's almost like he's having his first real dating experiences. And I mean, I understand. I'm a late bloomer. I didn't get to date early on. So, but I mean, with him, it's not like he's a late bloomer, but it's like he's a late bloomer to gay dating. I don't know, but we'll see what happens with that. And also, he's of course bringing his daughter, who I saw a picture. It looked like he already introduced Kenny to his daughter when at one of the times when he came to visit them in Mexico. So the little girl knows Kenny, but or at least she's met him. But it's going to be interesting. I don't know if he's going to show his daughter on there. I kind of hope not. He's already shown her, but I hope we're not really going to see her that much, because I'm not a huge fan of when people have their kids on this show. But Um, but if they do show her, I mean, I'm just concerned about how she adjusted to living away from her grandparents, her aunts, her cousins. They lived on that family compound. She's going to be away from all these family members that she's used to being around, and then go to live with this man that, yeah, she's met him, but she doesn't really know him. I mean, Kenny raised 4 kids. He has a grandson, so he's probably good with kids, but still, like, I wonder how she adjusted. And but I don't. I hope we don't really see that on the show. So, anyways, yeah. So I felt a little bad for Armando. He was crying. His sister was crying. I was like, man, these are some intimate moments. I haven't seen people cry like this on 90 Day Fiance yet. So he's moving away from his family, and it seems like that's what he feels like he has to do. It's like if he doesn't leave his family, he'd never really be able to be with anybody, and he probably doesn't want to live his whole life, be 40 or 50 and have regrets. So, big ups to him for taking the risk. They seem like an interesting couple. They seem normal, and when I say normal, they don't seem like some of the couples we've seen that is like, much more interesting than Stephanie and the Australian girl. What was her name? Emily. I think it was Emily. Anyway, so. Um, Oh, but Armando has to tell his family. He told his sister. Now he has to tell his parents. His sister was crying, but you know what? She respected him, and she said, "I still love you." And hopefully his parents, we'll see. I wonder if Kenny speaks Spanish. He didn't mention whether he speaks Spanish or not, but um, so yeah. So we'll see what happens when he tells his parents. And has he explained to his daughter as well, like why we're moving away from our family? But okay, so the couple we've been waiting for, Jenny and Submit. Yes. I mean, I'm saying yes, but like, uh, like when I saw the commercial for this, I was like, Jenny, no, girl, no. But I mean, are we surprised? I'm not. Because on the one hand, it's like, Jenny, leave this man alone. He's a liar. But at the same time, I think Jenny is just thinking, listen, I'm 60. I gave up everything. Forget it. Like, F it. Like, what, you know what I mean? I already got nothing. So maybe she's just like, whatever. Now, so personally, I still don't trust Submit. She's we're seeing her with her daughter. One of them. She has a couple daughters, but last season we saw two of them. But we're just seeing the one with her wife, and Jenny's just saying that it's been hard. She's been staying with her daughter, but now everything's out in the open, and her daughter's like, okay, I understand all that. That's cool, but just so you know, if he keeps lying, we're not supporting this anymore. So, and I'm like, girl, yes, you shouldn't be supporting it right now. I wouldn't, but let me not even say that. Like, you could never know. I couldn't imagine if my mom tried my set and did, like, can you imagine? Like, my mom's a few years older than Jenny, several years older than Jenny, and like, I couldn't imagine her doing, like, it's almost, her daughter must have been felt like she was having an out of body experience when with her mom going to India, going on this show, putting them out there. Like, I would very begrudgingly want to do a reality show. I'd be like, are y'all paying me? But even so, like, oh my gosh. But anyway, so Jenny, she's planning to go back to India to be with Sumit, and um, she's on. They're like doing a video call, and she's like, okay, so she's grilling him, what's going on with the divorce, and do your parents know that I'm coming back? And he's like, oh yeah, they know you're coming back. Listen, I don't believe anything just a minute. Like, it's I don't know when he's telling the truth. So every he's talking, and I'm just like, this dude is a swindler. Like, I don't I don't trust anything he's saying. So um so he, of course, he goes and asks his parents to talk to. She's like, oh, I want to talk to them. And I'm like, you want to talk? What? These people don't want to talk to you. And he tells her, and she comes back and says they don't want to talk. And she's like, oh, well, how many, blase, blase, blase. And he's like, I never told you that my parents accepted us. I just told you that I told them that I'm going to be with you, but I never said they accept this. Of course they don't. She knows that already. So, yeah. So we see Submit talking to his friends. And his friends, these are not the friends that we saw last time. I think those friends are like, listen, we can't we can't do this with you again. And these friends are like, son, what's going on in your life? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, those his friends are like, they're grilling, and they're like, okay, but she can't have kids. And he's like, we're not gonna have kids. And they're like, you're not gonna have kids. Like, they're just incredulous, and they start getting irritated. I'm like, who y'all getting like, I was a little bit like, why are his friends? I mean, on the one hand, I can understand because, like, if my friend is doing something stupid that I think is stupid, I'm gonna be like, what are you doing? But Samir was just like, listen, I want to be with her. I'm bringing her here. They were like, well, what about society? Society's not going to accept you, this, that, and the other. And he was like, forget society, forget Indian culture. And part of me, when he was saying all that, I was like, okay, so he's really legit now. Not really legit, but I was thinking like, okay, well, if that's the case, why won't he just come to the US? Like, why did he make, like, Jenny didn't have to give up everything she's worked her whole life for. Why could, if he's saying forget Indian culture and he doesn't care, what anybody thinks, why couldn't he have applied for a visa to come here where nobody would care? Like, nobody, I mean, they might get some looks, but nobody's going to care. Whereas apparently in India, people are going to care. So, his friends are really concerned. They think he's making a bad choice, and they're like, dude, and then we find out that that Simit is paying back $20,000 to his wife's father, his ex-wife's father. I don't know if that's like, if they still do dowries in India. I know in certain parts of Africa they still do dowries, so that might be what the money is. Wait a minute, no, take that back. Dowry is what the man paid. Never mind. Maybe it was for the wedding and honeymoons and stuff like that. So he has to pay him back 20 grand. He already paid back 10,000. So apparently his parents are helping him do that. And I'm like, wait, your parents don't want you to be with Jenny, but they're helping you pay back. I don't know. It seemed a little weird, but so yeah, so I just don't understand why he didn't consider moving here. I don't understand why that wasn't an option. I mean, I understand because he was already married, but now why can't they just plan for him to come here? And last time I checked, India was not on the travel ban list. I mean, now Jimmy's over there right now because India, I don't know, but I don't know if any other countries, but India was the first country I heard of that had a nationwide lockdown. And I don't know if I think they still are. So I wonder if, but anyways, so then Jenny goes to see that same financial advisor. And, I questioned that guy last time because he said that she wouldn't be able to get her Social Security. And I was confused because my family is from the Caribbean. And last time I went to visit my grandmother, she had a friend at her house who was born on that island, but came, and I think she went to school here. She's older. She worked here, and then she went back to live in the island in the Caribbean. And she collects Social Security. So I was like, what are you talking about when he said that? But I don't know if it's because I don't know. I don't know what the rules are, but and somebody else said something similar to another YouTuber was like, I know somebody who lives in another country and they collect. So I don't know. So I don't know about that. I'd have to look that up. But who has, like, anyways. So he's like, listen, I wouldn't go back, and deal with a dude with lying like that. But it sounds like Jenny's going to be supporting them initially because all of Sumit's putting all his money into paying back this debt. And the daughter is like, listen, baby girl, you're not gonna be taking care of this grown man. But I'm like, girl, you can't control her. Jenny is making these atrocious decisions, and she's gonna do what she wants to do. So we'll see what happens. We do see a clip of Submit talking to his parents, which I'm like, yes. Like I wanted to see that, and his parents are like, we will never accept Jenny. He's like, listen, this is what it's gonna be. Okay, and I'm like, well, okay, Submit. So he's ready to finally risk it all, I guess. I want to see if he's telling the truth, and so far, I guess he is. But oh wow, so that's it's gonna be interesting seeing what happens with Jenny and Submit. Part of me at first was like, but it's definitely gonna be interesting, especially seeing him talk to his parents. Like I did not think his parents were gonna agree to be on camera, but they did. So it's gonna be interesting to see that. So we didn't get to see. There's a guy with a Hispanic girl. We didn't get introduced to them yet. I don't know. I think it's Colombia. I'm not sure which country. And then Jihoon and Devin are coming back, which I'm interested for that. I'm actually subscribed to Devin has a YouTube channel and I'm subscribed. She's cool. I liked her last season. Her and Jihoon seemed really genuine. Drusilla was a lot, but on her YouTube, Drusilla's not crazy. I think the show just edited to make, because I was like, she's a wild child, but on her YouTube channel, she doesn't appear like that. They showed they went to a theme park, like a children's theme park in Korea, and she was fine. She wasn't acting crazy or anything. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe the show edited her to make her look bad. I mean, they made Devin look bad, but yeah. So it'll be cool seeing them next week, and this was a decent first episode. So far, it seems like it's going to be good. I hope it is. I really do, because before the 90 days, I did not enjoy it at all. And so I really hope this is good. This is a good season. So thank you for listening. I am going to be uploading this as a podcast as well on Anchor. Anchor distributes podcasts across like podcast directories. So I don't have to do it manually or anything. So thank you for watching and listening. I'm gonna try my best to be consistent and not be late. Not be doing this on Thursday, doing it on Tuesday. But I'm gonna be just going live because I don't have time to like do edited videos for this channel. I actually started like another channel and I'm gonna do edited videos for that, but it's just gonna be easier to do live videos for this every week, because I don't even like having to like, oh, you got to do it Tuesday because nobody's gonna watch. Hence why I'm doing it on Thursday. But yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night.